I hope you like my visit from my little sidekick. Today we're going to practice taking all of these steps that you're used to doing to solve word problems and turning it into an equation. This is what an equation looks like. It's a number sentence with just math symbols and an equal sign. So for this first word problem, I already did the work. This is the one about the puppies. So after reading it and figuring out what I think I had to do, I started with adding up the spotted puppies with the 8 other puppies, and that gave me a total of 27 spotted and other puppies altogether. Then, in order to figure out the solid colors, which was the rest, I knew I needed to know the total. And that's what led me to step 2, which is 3 times 12, because 3 dozen means 3 sets of 12. So I got 36 total puppies. So my final step was to take the 36 total puppies and subtract the spotted and other puppies to get 9 solid. Now let's take these 3 steps and analyze the equation. Well, I put the 19 plus 8 together in parentheses because that shows that those numbers stay together. That was step 1. And if you notice in my equation, it's not in the front. I put it in the back because after looking at my steps, I knew that I was going to have to subtract this from the total, and the total needs to go on in the front of an equation. So I put the 36, the 3 times 12, and I put that here. And I put those 2 numbers in parentheses to show that those 2 stay the same. So 3 times 12 is 36, and I subtracted the 19 plus 8, which is 27, and that gave me 9. So I have 9 solid puppies. Now I'm going to do the next one, and you're going to see step by step my thought process. Here it says that Aaron bought a shirt that cost $32 and a hat that cost $12. How much change will he receive if he pays with 3 $20 bills? So most of you knew that you had to add the hat and the shirt. So for step 1, I'm going to add 32 for the shirt plus the 12 for the hat. And that gives me $44. And that's for the shirt and the hat. Now to figure out my change, I need to know what he started with. And it said 3 $20 bills. So I know that's 3 times 20, 3 $20 bills, which is $60. $60. Do you see what hot mess I am? $60. And for step 3, I know I have to take the $60 that I started with and subtract the cost of the items. When I regroup, that gives me 6. I get $16 back. All right, so now let's look at this and figure out how to write it in the equation. Well, I know I put 32 and 12 together. And I'm going to end up, since I'm subtracting, I should put this first. So let me put the 3 times 20 first. 3 times 20, that's my first thing. And then I'm going to subtract this, which is 32 plus 10, not 32 plus 10, 32 plus 12. And that is going to give me, I could put any letter I want, C for change. All right, so I took my 3 steps and I wrote them into one math sentence. Remember, if your final step is subtraction, you should always do this second step and put it in the front of the equation. Let's look at question number 3. One space shuttle flight lasted 9 days and 6 hours. How many hours did this flight last? A lot of you struggled with this. You just multiplied 9 times 6, some of you. But you needed to convert the number of days into hours. And you already know that there's 24 hours in one day. So let's do step 1, 24 times 9. I like to do 20 plus 4. Remember this? This is 180. This is 36. If I add the 180... plus the 36, I get 8, 9, 10, 11, I get 216. So this is 216. And then for step 2, I needed to add that, because that's the 9 days, those hours, plus the 6 hours, and that gave me 222. So now all of these steps I need to write in an equation. So I think I'm going to put this first, the 24 plus 9. 24, not plus 9, you hear me? 24 times 9, that's the first thing. And then what did I do with the 24 times 9 after I multiplied? I added. So now I'm just going to do plus 6. And that will give me my H, or hours. So in this case, H equals 222. Let's try the next one. At an amusement park, Kelly bought 5 drinks for $2 each and 5 hot dogs for $4 each. How much does she spend on lunch for her family? Well, most of you knew you needed to do 5 times 2 and 5 times 4. So let's do that. Step 1, I did 5 times $2, 5 drinks times $2, which is $10 for the drinks. See all that? And then I had to do 5 times 2 drinks, and then 5 hot dogs for $4 each. So 5 hot dogs times $4, that gives me 20 for the hot dogs. And then step 3, I'm going to add the $20 plus the 10, which gives me $30, right? Most of you got that one right, thank goodness. So now let's take this and turn it into an equation. Well, the first thing I did was 5 times 2. So remember, whatever you do to 2 numbers, keep in parentheses. Then I did 5 times 4. And what did I do with those 2 numbers? Well, once I got this and this, I added those 2 totals together. So I'm going to put a plus sign in the middle. And that will give me, I don't know, I'll put M for money. How much money? Remember, the variable doesn't really count. So you can check yourself. This was 10, this was 20, and then I did 10 plus 20. So M equals $30. All right. And now the last one. On Saturday, the grocery store sold 210 pounds of ground beef. On Sunday, they sold half that amount. This one was tricky for some of you. Most of you found half of 210, so you did 210 divided by 2, 210 divided by 2, which you got as 105. That's great, but that is only for Sunday. The question asked you for both days, so you needed to take this and add it to the 210 from Saturday. So then step 2 would be 105 plus 210, which gives me 315. I'm going to put LBS because that's LBLS. Oh my God, these sirens are driving me crazy. LBS for pounds. So now again, let's take this and turn it into an equation. Well, first I did 210 divided by 2. So 200, holy smokes, 210 divided by 2. I did that first. And then what did I do? I added that to the 210. And that gave me P for pounds. So P is equal to 315. So your next assignment is to go over the word problems from 523. You already did them, but now you're going to do them again, trying to write equations.